Hi guys, welcome back to the Home and Homestead. If you're new, I'm Rebecca. Today we're going to be heading to the kitchen and we're going to do a little baking. We're going to make a really easy but quite delicious sweet treat. We're going to make some 7-layer bars. They're also called magic bars, and they're kind of magical because you take layers of items from the pantry plus butter to make these delicious chewy bars. Now these are wonderful to put together whenever you're just craving a little sweet treat, maybe something a little special for lunch or dinner as a dessert, or to bring to a potluck or bake sale, or to have at a barbecue. This is a classic sweet treat recipe and I hope you enjoy it. So let's head to the kitchen so we can make our 7-layer bars or magic bars. Now, as I mentioned, this recipe uses a number of items you can have in your pantry, plus some butter. So this is a great way to use up some older baked good ingredients or add-on ingredients you may have purchased for various recipes for when you were doing some baking projects. So the first thing we're going to do is create a graham cracker crust. So for that, we're going to use 1 package of graham crackers, or a sleeve that, if you get a box, there's multiple sleeves in there, ends up being about 9 store-bought graham crackers. Or you can make some of your own homemade graham crackers. I do have a video on that if you'd like to see how I make that using some fresh milled flour. What you're going to ultimately want to end up with is 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs. Go to my little mini food processor. I'll just do 3 graham crackers at a time, but it usually takes a sleeve of them, or about 9 graham crackers, to make this 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs. Just pulse them. Until you make some nice coarse graham cracker crumbs. We'll just keep making these crumbs here. Next, we're going to add 1/2 cup or 1 stick of butter that's been melted. We're just going to mix our graham cracker crumbs with that melted butter till we get like a wet sand type of consistency, and this will become our graham cracker crust. So here I have a 9x9 baking pan with some parchment paper inside. I'm just going to put our prepared graham cracker crust mixture in here. And we're just going to pack it down to fill the bottom of our pan. So we enjoy a nice thick bar, so I will typically make this in a 9x9 baking pan, or I'll double the recipe and make a 9x13. But if you prefer a thinner bar, you could do this recipe that I'm giving the amounts for in a 9x13. So give it a try and see which way you prefer, a thicker or thinner bar. I feel it makes the perfect size bar and thickness in a 9x9. Now we can start adding in our layers. So first we'll add 1 cup of chocolate chips. I have some chocolate chunk pieces left over from a different recipe. So again, this is a good way to use up some pantry staples, things you maybe always have on hand, or maybe just some random ones you have a half bag of sitting in your pantry. Next, we'll add 1 cup of butterscotch chips. Just spread them out a little bit. Then we'll add about 1 cup of sweetened coconut flakes. I just try to spread everything out evenly for that layer. And next we're going to take a 1/2 cup of walnuts that we've chopped. So again, I'll add them to the little mini food processor here. Coarsely chop them and just spread them over the top. And for the final ingredient, we'll add 1 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk. And I just try to pour this evenly over the top of our bar layer. in the pan. Trying to get it all the way to the edges. Try to fill in any gaps if I can. Because this is the magical ingredient that will bring everything together. You end up with a really delicious, chewy bar. There, now how easy was that? Now I have the oven preheated to 350 degrees, so we'll get our 7-layer bars or magic bars in there, and we'll bake them for about 30 to 35 minutes until they're nice and golden brown on top and bake through. So we'll get these into the oven to bake. All right, our 7-layer bars or magic bars have finished baking. It took 35 minutes to get to this point. They're nice and golden brown on top and they're cooked through. So now what I'm going to do is allow them to cool completely in the pan on a cooling rack. They'll kind of settle down in the pan and they'll really set up, and then we can cut into them and have a closer look and a taste of a really easy sweet treat bar that we made today using 6 items from the pantry and some butter. All right, here we have our 7-layer bars or magic bars. We were able to put this together with just a few ingredients from the pantry plus some melted butter, and then they come together and make these deliciously chewy bars with chocolate chips and butterscotch chips and coconut and some walnuts. They're really just a wonderful flavored bar, and as you saw, they're so quick to put together. Now you can store these bars in an airtight container, or what I like to do for these is I just put them on a marble and glass dome top, and then we can just enjoy them over the next few days. So these are a classic bar that you can bring to a barbecue or picnic or potluck, maybe pack into lunches, or just enjoy them at home for a little sweet treat. So let's take a little closer look at our 7-layer bar here. So the top has some nice crunchy and chewy texture to it from the sweetened condensed milk. And then they tear open and it's nice chewy layers with those big chocolate chips and the butterscotch chips and the sweetened coconut flakes. All the different flavors come together to make a really delicious tasting bar. So if you like more ideas or inspiration on other sweet bars that you can enjoy, I do have some that are either no bake and bake. You can find them in the Sweet Treats playlist. If you enjoy baking, I do have a playlist on that topic as well. So be sure to check out all the different videos and topics I have on my channel. If you happen to be new to the channel or haven't done so yet, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. So please be sure to hit that subscribe button below if you haven't done so yet, and continue to watch my channel, The Home and Homestead, for some more homemade, homegrown, and home style inspiration. Well, I hope that you're having a fantastic day. See you next time. Take care.